Hello. Okay, so carrying on with the book review, I had to just come in from outside because the windows are being cleaned now, and we were in the middle or near the end of reviewing Surrounded by Idiots by Thomas Erickson, which is a way of categorizing people so that you can better understand them, better understand their dominant personality traits, how they communicate, and how to best communicate with them, or best understand them, or know what to expect from them. So if you know a red person is dominant, the system is DISA, dominant, dominant, inspiring, stable, and analytical. A dominant person's likely to lose their temper, to be quite fast, quite straight to the point, likes making decisions, doesn't have a lot of patience, and is also the person most likely to believe that they are surrounded by idiots. So I picked up the book because when I saw it, I thought, oh my God, I'm surrounded by idiots all the time, so maybe I'm a bit of a red, right? And why am I rereading this book? I've read it once before. I reread books that I think are good or books that I think are useful, and without fail, you'll generally pick up more and understand more, and maybe enjoy it more in many cases on the second read. But when I came inside, I was just listing the different qualities of each color personality. And it's a bit dark in here. That's better. And a lot of people are a combination of colors. Very, very few people are just one color. In fact, the least common thing is a person who's all red or all blue. Greens are the most common type of person, which doesn't mean it's bad. Maybe they're the most common type of person because having the qualities of a green person is a good thing, and so it's become a dominant trait, let's say, like with genetics. What tends to work becomes dominant. Okay, so we were going through the colors when I had to come inside. I was right, it was my window cleaner. So we've done the red, we've done the yellow, and with each one he lists the characteristics, and then he also lists what are the positives of that characteristic. Sorry, what are the positives of that color and what are the negatives. The negatives tend only to be seen by others. So a red person will think they're great, but a lot of other people will think they're absolutely not. But the red person won't realize that the other people think they're absolutely not. And the same goes for the other colors as well. So I think we were on green, right? So green people are patient, relaxed, self-controlled, reliable, composed, loyal, modest, understanding, lengthy, stable, prudent, discreet, supportive, good listeners, helpful, producer, persistent, reluctant, thoughtful, conceals feelings, considerate, and kind. They're stable in the DISA. DISAS is stable. The negative things about a green person are they can seem stubborn, uncertain, compliant, dependent, and awkward. They don't like to go first or do things where it's not their place. The positive things are they're supportive, respectful, obliging, reliable, and pleasant. So if we evolved to be social creatures, and most of us live in societies now, right? Or we try to, then you can see why green would be the most common type of personality. And obviously, it's not always pure green. It might be green mixed with something else like blue or yellow or red. And then we go on to blue. Blues are conscientious, systematic, distant, correct, conventional. They seem insecure. They're objective, structured, analytical. They're perfectionists. They need time, reflecting, methodical. They seek facts. They're quality oriented, scrutinizes, follows rules, logical, questioning, meticulous, reflecting, and reserved. Okay, they're the analytical type of person. The negatives are they can often be critical, indecisive, narrow-minded, fastidious, and moralizing. You see me roll my eyes, thinking, my God, what an asshole, that kind of person. But then I see a lot of it in myself as well. Positives of a blue person: they are diligent, thoughtful, serious, persistent, demanding, and methodical. I imagine this book will be a lot more useful for me on the second reading. Now I've read it twice than it was on the first. Because on the first, I spent a lot of time just being disappointed that it wasn't telling me that everybody else was actually an idiot. What it tells you is that you think they're idiots because you don't understand them, you don't know their personality type, you don't know how to get the best out of them or how to deal with them. In a group, generally, if you want a group that's going to work well together, then the best thing, and get things done, then the best thing is to have a mixture of colours. He tells an entertaining story at the end about different groups who are made up of all the same colour, who are meant to solve a problem, and none of them get anything done. And whether or not that's true or not, I don't care, because it's there to illustrate the point and it's a theory. Everything's a theory until proven, and nothing can be absolutely proven. There is no such thing as 100% truth in the absence of faith. And if you're using faith, that means you haven't got the proof. There you go. That might be the smartest thing I've said all review. But anyway, it's a good book. I do enjoy it. I did enjoy it. The guy who wrote it writes a lot of fiction as well. Now I go into bookshops and I see he's also written Surrounded by Liars and Surrounded by Psychopaths. I'm not sure if I'd want to read those. Simply because I wonder how much they'd just be a rehash of this. And it tends to be the way. If somebody does something once and is successful, they just repeat it and repeat it and repeat it, but don't really build on it in any meaningful way. It's like films now, isn't it? Everything's a remake of something that used to be good because studios don't want to take any risks with independence on new ideas or something that's not tested. So they'll just remake everything and everything follows a formula, and most of it is just bullshit. Not as in it's bullshit. Of course, it's bullshit. It's fiction, but it's no good to watch. It's not inspiring. There's nothing in it. Same with publishing houses. They won't take a risk on new writers. They just want anything from a celebrity because it doesn't matter what a celebrity writes. They could write toe, bum, ear hole, balloons, right? And because they're a celebrity, everybody will buy it. Probably never read it, but that's okay because the publisher has made their money. Sorry, it is relevant because this is a channel about books. So it's a useful book, I think, for understanding people, for maybe understanding yourself, which is important as well, for getting along better with people, which I think is also important. Would you agree with that? Hey, has anybody read the other books by this guy? So has anybody read Surrounded by Psychopaths or Surrounded by Liars? And based on what I've said in this review and the first part of this review that got interrupted because I had to come inside, does it sound like they're any different? If they are, comment, let me know, and I'll probably go out and read them too. This is a work day, so I'm going to get back to work now, because I'm a little bit blue, maybe. I'm a little bit conscientious, maybe. Yeah, that's something. Depends on what I'm motivated to do, but anyway, decision has been made. That's very red of me. I'm going to end the review now. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a good book. If you haven't read it, not a 10 out of 10. I don't know why I said it. Just I didn't really steam through it like I do with a lot of books and really enjoy it. And it didn't make me. I'm sure it's useful. It's getting a strong 7 out of 10 though. And the guy's been hired by companies like Microsoft and Coca-Cola, so he's obviously good at what he does. And yeah, there's probably something in it. There's got to be something in it, right? So recommended. Surrounded by Idiots, The Runaway International, and then there's a sticker on top, but I imagine that says bestseller. Second time I've read it. I imagine maybe in a year or so I could sit down and read this again. You never know. It's certainly useful. Something doesn't have to be enjoyable to be useful, right? Lots of examples I could think of that. But there you go. 7 out of 10, Surrounded by Idiots, such as me who can't say idiot properly. By Thomas Erickson. If you're a manager, I think it's pretty good. Or if you try to understand yourself better, it's pretty good. Or just if you interact with these things called other people that share your planet, then it's pretty good as well. So yes, go out and buy it, go out and read it, and I think you'll get something from it. All right, thank you.